Hi, if you're new to my channel, I'm Lori, and you are watching Lori's Book Trials. Today, this video is going to be about all my book of the month that I still need to read, and that I want to try to finish all up in 2021, so stay tuned. Hi, everybody. As I was saying, I'm going to show you all the books that I still need to read that are from Book of the Month that I still haven't read. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So yeah, there's a lot. So some of them I'll just give a brief, half of them I don't even remember what they're about, so we'll have to read them together. So it's going to be probably a long video, so just make sure you have a drink like I have my tea, have something to drink, and maybe a snack, because this might be a long one. And if you hear any noise, Callie's playing with something. Okay. The first one is American Predator by Marion Callahan. The hunt for the most serial killer of the 21st century. Now some of these, like this one says it was 2019, but I didn't get this in 2019. I just, some of these were add-ons, so this was one of the add-ons. All I know, it says Ted Bundy, John Wayne Gacy, Jeffrey Dahmer. The names of the notorious serial killers are usually well known. They echo in the news and in public consciousness. But most people have never heard of Israel Keyes, or how do you say his name? One of the most ambitious and terrifying serial killers in modern history. The FBI considered his behavior unprecedented, described by one prosecutor as a force of pure evil. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about that one. So, that one sounds really good. If I'm out of the way for a minute, it's because I'm putting it down on the floor. Okay, then we got Miracle Creek by Angie Kim. I think this one has to do with a court battle or something, like blowing up. I'm not sure. Hold on a minute. Yes, immigrant family and stuff like that. It says, a literacy courtroom thriller about an immigrant family and a young single mother accused of killing her autistic son. Miracle Creek is a powerful debut about how far we'll go to protect our families and our deepest secrets. Okay, that's all we need to know about that one. It looks really good. Now, I've seen people read this and really like it, so I'm excited about that one. This one I actually found at Ollie's, but it is still a Book of the Month book, so I put it in with this one, even though I didn't buy it through Book of the Month. But that's The Great Pretender by Susanna Callahan. I don't know how you say that. It says in 1973, a charismatic doctors convinced 8 healthy people to commit themselves to mental hospitals. They had to prove their sanity to be set free. Their uncover mission would change our understanding of madness forever. That looks really good. And this one's cool. Like there's, I don't know like who put that in there, but somebody put like those things there in there. Like a little article about it. So I thought that was neat that someone put that in there for me. But there's like notes, well, not for me, but who got it, whoever got it. But yeah, it looks like it's gonna be good. There's like little like pictures of stuff, like maybe evidence. I don't know. Looks really good. Can you imagine someone convincing you to check yourself into a mental hospital and you have to prove that you're not crazy to get out of that mental hospital? Crazy. It sounds really good, though. Then we got Mind Games by Shannon Silver. It says, to save the boy she loves, first she'll have to remember him. This is like, she can take people's memories, I believe, and then she finds out that her memory was taken of this guy that she's supposed to take the memories from, I believe. It says, Arden sells memories, whether it's become becoming homecoming queen, or studying for that all-important test. Arden can hack into a classmate's memories and upload the experience for them as if they just lived it themselves. Business is great until the day Arden looks up and sees the boy crossing the schoolyard. The boy her friend assures her she's known for years. The boy she can't remember. Okay, that's all I'm going to tell you about that one. It's really good. I like the cover of that one. Sebastian is the guy's name. I love that name, Sebastian. There's this one romance book that I read before, and this guy, his name was Sebastian, and he was one of my favorite characters. I don't remember the name of the book anymore. And then we got Fireborn by Rosiera Manda, something like that. It says, today it begins. Today we will rise. I believe this was another 2019. I hope I didn't get them confused. Yeah, it says 2019, so. But it says, Annie and Lee were just children when a brutal revolution changed their world, giving everyone, even the lowborn, a chance to test into the governing class of dragon riders. Now they are both rising stars in the new regime. Despite backgrounds, they couldn't be more different. Annie's lowborn family was executed by dragon while Lee's family was murdered by revolutionaries. Growing up in the same orphanage forged their friendship, and 7 years of training have made them rivals for the top position in the dragon riding fleet. But everything changes when the survivors from the old regime surface, bent on reclaiming the city. It says, with war on the horizon and his relationship with Annie changing fast, Lee must choose to kill the only family he has left or to betray everything he's come to believe in. And Annie must decide whether to protect the boy she loves or step up to be the champion her city needs. It says, from debut author Rosemary, how do you say her name? Mundy comes a gripping adventure that calls into question what matters most, the family you were born into or the one you've chosen. Today it begins. Today we will rise. Sounds really good. Still 3 more in the 2019 ones. Even though, like I said, a lot of these were add-ons, so I got them in 2020. But I thought I would go by like what was 2019 and then what was 2020. So this one is Gods of Jade and Shadow by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. She's the one that did, oh my god, why did my mind go blank? Oh my gosh, I forgot the name of the book. I read it. My mind went completely blank. Oh gosh. I can't think of the name of the book. But it's the one where I think it won Goodreads thing for this year in its category that was nominated for. I don't know. I hate when you know like who what a certain book is, but you can't get the title. You can't remember the title. Oh, I know now. Mexican Gothic. That's it. She's the author that did Mexican Gothic. So this one was before Mexican Gothic, of course. And I don't know, this one I'm sure has to do with gods. I love this cover, like, pretty. It says, the Mayan god of death sends a young woman on a harrowing, life-changing journey in the dark fairy tale inspired by Mexican folklore. It says, the jazz age is in full swing, but Casiope? I don't know how you say this person's name. It's Casiopea. Tun, T-U-N, Tun, is too busy cleaning the floors of her wealthy grandfather's house to listen to any fast tunes. Nevertheless, she dreams of a life far from her dusty small town in southern Mexico, a life she could call her own. Yet this new life seems as distant as the stars until the day she finds a curious wooden box in her grandfather's room. She opens it and accidentally frees the spirit of the Mayan god of death, who requests her help in recovering his throne from his treacherous brother. Failure will mean Casiope, something like that, demise, but success could make her dreams come true. Sounds really good. I'm not going to read the last tiny bit because it might spoil. I don't try to read the whole thing because sometimes the flapper or the, you know, what it's talking about can, like, tell you what's going to happen throughout the whole book. I got Permanent Records by Mary H.K. Chow. Of course, that one's a romance, I'm sure. It says, on paper, college dropout Pablo Neruda, something like that, written. Doesn't have a whole lot going for him. His graveyard shift at the 24-hour deli in Brooklyn is a struggle. Plus, he's up to his eyeballs in credit card debt. Never mind that the state of his student loans. Pop Jurnet, how do you say that word? Lenny Smart has enough social media followers to populate whole continents. The brand is unstoppable. She graduated from child stardom to become an international icon, and her adult life is a queasy blare of private planes, hotel rooms, and strangers screaming for her just to notice them. Says when Leanne and Pablo meet at 5 a.m. at the Bodega, B-O-D-E-G-A, in the dead of winter, it's absurd to think they would be a thing. But as they discover who they are, who they want to be, and how to defy the expectations of everyone else, Lee and Pab turn to each other, which of course is even when things get more properly complicated. Okay. The last one of the 2019 ones. Golden State, a novel by Ben H. Winters. This one has to do with time travel, I think, or something. I'm not sure. Or a plague or something. I don't know. It says it comes from award-winning best-selling novelist Ben H. Winters comes a bending novel set in a world governed by... Oh, okay, this is where they have to tell the truth, and if they don't tell the truth, they can get killed or something? Yeah, it says where lies are as dangerous as murder. It says, in a strange alternate society that values law and truth above all else, Laszlo Rustic, something like that, Rustic, is a 19-year-old veteran of the Spectacular Service. He lives in the Golden State, a place very similar to California, a place where like-minded Americans retreat after the erism of truth and the spread of lies made public lies and governance impossible. Says, in the Golden State, knowingly contradicting the truth, speaking a lie is the greatest crime. Stopping these crimes is Laz's job. So, but that's all I'm going to tell you, because I'm not going to read the whole thing, because like I said, it could spoil things. That's the last of the 2019s. Now we're going to talk about the 2020s that are on my list. Okay. The first one is The Holdout by Graham Moore. It says, one juror changed the verdict. What if she was wrong? I think she, the one that did that changed the verdict, I think someone is trying to kill her now, or something like that. I know I started it because there's some tabs there, but I don't remember what I read. So yeah, that happens sometimes. It says, let's see, a jury on a murder trial is deadlocked when a young woman manages to turn the tide to acquittal. A decade later, she must face the consequences when a fellow juror is killed and she is the prime suspect. Okay, that's what happens. That's all I'm going to say about that one, because it sounds like it's going to be very spoilery as well. Then we got The Boy in the Red Dress by Kristen Lambert. It says, he's not a killer. She's the only one who can prove it. It says, New Year's Eve at the Cloak and Dagger is the party of the year until a body is found in the courtyard. Ew. It says, New Year's Eve, 1929. Millie is running the show at the Cloak and Dagger. A swinging speaks easy in the French quarter, while her aunt is out of town. The new year is just around the corner, and all of New Orleans is out to celebrate. But even wealthy parties, diamonds, earrings can't outshine the real star of the night, the boy in the red dress. Marin is the club's star performer, and his fans are legend, if mostly underground. It says, when a young socialite wielding a photograph of Marin starts asking questions, Millie wonders if she's just another fan. But then her body is found crumpled in the courtyard, dead from an apparent fall from the club's balcony, and all signs point to Marin as a murderer. Millie knows he's innocent, but local detectives aren't so easily convinced. Okay, that's all we're going to talk about on that one. That sounds really good. Look at that cover. I love it. It's so early 90s. And showcasey. And we got A Good Marriage by Kimberly McCreet. Now, these aren't like in certain months or anything. I know that like Book of the Month has like certain months. Like this one is May of 2020. I'm not going from January of 2022. You know, I'm just doing the, I just put it just, you know, whatever way I wanted to grab. It says Liza Sakis, something like that, is working late when she gets the call. Grueling hours are standard at elite law firms like, oh, okay, this is when a friend of hers husband is accused of murder, and he wants her to defend him.
Rowan.
And for some reason she don't want to, but she does. So that's what that one's about. Hold on a minute, you guys. I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, I'm back. Okay, now we are going to start with the next book, which is Girl Serpent Thorn by Melissa Basher Das. I don't know. It says, sometimes the princess is the monster. I can't remember if this is the one where she can't touch people. I can't remember. It's kind of, I think this one's like might be the one that's like Frozen, but I'm not sure. It says, there was and there was not, as all stories begin, a princess cursed to be poisonous to the touch yet. It says, but for Soria, how you say her name, who has lived her life hidden away, apart from her family, safe only in her gardens, it's not just a story. It says, as the day of her twin brother's wedding approaches, Soria must decide if she's willing to step outside the shadows for the first time. Below in the dungeon, is a demon who holds the knowledge she craves, the answer to her freedom. Above is a young man who isn't afraid of her, whose eyes linger not with fear, but with an understanding of who she is beneath the poison. Soria thought she knew her place in the world, but when her choice leads to consequences she never imagined, she begins to question who she is and who she is to become, human or demon, princess or monster. So that looks really good. I'll probably read this one soon, but I'll talk about what I was thinking after I'm done with everything. But this one looks really good. Man, oh geez, I'm not going to be lifting all these up because there's no way I can lift them all. Another one I got is Oasis by Keita de Besseria? I'm sorry, I know I'm totally butchering it. It says, the Oasis saved them. But who will save them from the Oasis? It says, Alif, something like that, A-L-I-F, had exciting summer plans, working on her father's archaeological, how do you say that word, dig, site in the desert with 4 close friends and a very acute research assistant. Then the sandstorm hits. It says, when the camp with their camp wiped away, Elf and the others find themselves lost on the sand, seemingly doomed until they discovered the Oasis. It has everything they need: food, water, shade, and mysterious runes that hide a deadly secret. As reality begins to shift around them, they question what's real and what's a mirage. The answers turn Elf, how do you say the name, and her friends against one another, and they begin to wonder if they're truly being saved. or truly been saved. And while it was easy to walk into to the oasis, it may be impossible to leave. That looks good. It must have started at 2, but I do not remember. No, I only read until page 6, so. We're almost done. We got 5 more. Let me take a sip. My throat's getting dry. Okay. The next one we're going to talk about is Havenfall by Sarah Holland. Now, I read the first book that she wrote. I forget what it was called. Ever Lost or Ever... The first one, whatever it was. It's a duology. I read the first one, but I never finished the second one. I do have it, so that's probably another thing I'll be finishing up next year. But this says, a safe haven between 4 realms and the girl sworn to protect it at any cost. Hidden deep in the mountains of Colorado lies the Inn at Havenfall, a sanctuary that connects ancient worlds, each with its own magic. For generations, the inn had protected all who seek refuge within its walls, and any who disrupt the peace can never return. For Maddie Morrow, summers at the inn are more than a chance to experience this magic firsthand. Havenfall is an escape from reality, where her mother sits on death row accused of murdering Maddie's brother. It's where Maddie fell in love with a handsome Virendin, how do you say that word, soldier, Bracken? And it's where one day she hopes to inherit the role of Iron Keeper from her beloved uncle. But this summer, the impossible happens. A dead body is found, shattering everything that the inn stands for. With Bracken missing, her uncle gravely injured, and a dangerous creature on the loose, Maddie suddenly finds herself responsible for the safety of everyone in Havenfall. She'll do anything to uncover the truth, even if it means working together with an alluring new staffer, Taya? I don't know, it's Taya, who seems to know more than she's letting on. As dark secrets are revealed about the inn itself, one thing becomes clear to Maddie. No one can be trusted, and no one is safe. That looks really good. Okay, 4 more. We're almost there. We'll talk about this one next. I did start this one as well. This is The Sound of Stars by Elkia Dow. I know I totally butchered the author's name. It says, can their love of books and pop music save the world? I know this has to do with aliens. Like, I think the aliens took over the world or something like that. This is the idea of bringing stories to those in need. Outweigh my fare. Makes me a rebel. If I die for it, there are worse things to die for. And in my heart, I know I'm doing the right thing. Can the girl with the forbidden library and the alien who loves pop music work together to save the world? It says, 2 years ago, a misunderstanding between the leaders of Earth and the invading Lori, something like that, it's L-L-O-R-I, result in the deaths of 1/3 of the world's population. 17-year-old Janelle Ellie Baker survives in an Ellery, how do you say that word, controlled center in New York City, with humans deemed dangerously volatile because of their initial reaction to the invasion. Emotional expression can be grounds for execution. Music, art, and books are illegal, but Ellie breaks the rules by keeping a secret library. Ooh. It says, when a book goes missing, Ellie is terrified that the Lori guy, how do you say that, will trace it back to her and kill her. It says, born in a lab, Mora S, something like that, was raised to be emotionless. When he finds Ellie's illegal library, he's duty-bound to deliver her for execution. The trouble is he finds himself drawn to human music and in desperate need of more. They're both breaking the rules for the love of art, and Ellie inspires the same feeling in him that music does. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. Basically, she's got to save humanity. So that sounds really good. Okay, we will talk about this one next. The Last Flight by Julie Clark. I know this one. It's these two girls. They want to escape from what their lives are like right now. And they switch places, and the airplane goes down on one, and the lady is, being missing? Is dead, or supposed to be dead. So the other lady pretends like she's her. And I don't know what else happens, but that's basically what that one's about. So I don't even have to read the thing for that one. And we will talk about this one, and then we have one more. This one is The Unraveling of Casey Holmes. Elsie R. Sloan. It says, Cassie Holmes isn't just a celebrity. She is Sassy Gloss, the fourth member of the hottest pop group American has ever seen. Hotter than Britney, Dancing with Snake. Hotter than Christina, Getting Dirty. Gloss was the pop act that everyone idolized. Fans couldn't get enough of them, their music, and the drama that follows them like a moth to a flame, until the group's sudden implosion in 2002. At the center of it all was Sassy Cassie, the Texan, with a signature smirk that everyone fell for her, hook, line, and sinker. But now she's dead, suicide. And then the three remaining glossies find out about it. And yeah, so stuff like that. I guess it's about their bonds and trying to find out the truth, maybe. I'm not sure. But kind of interesting. This kind of is like, and I forgot to bring the book in here, so that's another book I didn't talk about, but the Six, Daisy Jones and the Six, kind of gives you that kind of a feel to it, kind of. So that's another book, if I could find it, that I also need to read. Try to read in 2021, if I didn't get rid of it. I might have got rid of it, who knows. Or I put it on a different, I forgot to put it on my Book of the Month shelf. But anyways, so that's another one. So actually there's 19 books. And the last book, let me get a sip of my tea again. The last book is The Library of Legends by Janie Chang. I just love this cover. You know, I just bought this book because of the cover. Literally, I bought the book because of the cover. That was the first thing that drew it to me. I was like, I'm buying the book. I don't care what it's about. I love that cover. And it had library in the title. You guys know me with books that do with libraries and stuff. Love it. But this cover, like, it just draws me in. What color? Like, is that purple, blue? I don't know. But the color scheme is gorgeous. Okay. Let's talk about what it is about. That's what we're here for. It says, China, 1937. Ooh, another oldie day book. It says, when Japanese bombs began falling on the city of Nanking, something like that, 19-year-old Lin, something like that, Lan, and her classmate at Minghu, something like that, university are ordered to flee. Lin, maybe, and a convoy of students, faculty, and staff must walk 1,000 miles to safety, a journey marred by the constant threat of aerial attack. And it is not just the refugees who are at risk. The group have been entrusted with a priceless treasure, a 500-year-old collection of myths and folklores known as the Library of Legends. See? You guys know I love these kind of books. Lynn finds friendship and a cautious romance with a handsome and wealthy Liu Shaman, something like that. But after one classmate is murdered and another arrested, Lynn realizes she must escape before a family secret puts her in danger. Ooh. It says, accompanied by the Shao, something like that, S-H-A-O, and the energetic mid-servant Sparrow, Lynn makes her way to Shanghai, hoping to unite with her mother. It says, on the journey, Lynn learns of the connection between her two companions in a tale from the Library of Legends. The revelation comes with profound consequences, for as the ancient book travels across China, They awaken immortals and guardian spirits who embark on the exodus of their own, one that changes the country's fate forever. Now that, if that doesn't make you want to read this book, I don't know what would, because wow. But literally, I didn't even know what this book was about. I just picked it up, like I said, because of the cover. And because it had library in there, so. Yeah. This one I think I'm like the most excited about. So, yeah. But what I thought I was going to do, I'm going to like get a cup and I'm going to write all these books down that I need to read, put it into a cup,
So adorable.
and pick out 1 or 2 books a month. It depends on like what other books I have to read during that month. Like, spoiler alert for my January TBR. January and February, I'm going to be reading it. So I'm going to be reading half of the book. Excuse you. I'm going to be reading half of it with my friend Paul in January, and then the other half in February. So that's going to be fun. But I'll talk more about that, and I'll tell you his channel and stuff like that when you know, I do my book video, my TBR video. But yeah, this one is definitely like going to be one of the books I really want to read like soon in the year. Excuse me, I would try to read it now, but I have a feeling that if I think it's going to be as good as it is, that it could be a contender of a favorite of the year, and I doubt if I'll get to this before my cutoff date. See, what I'm doing is, my cutoff date is the 20th, so whatever books I don't finish by the 20th, if it's a favorite, then it wouldn't go on my favorites until the following year. So I'm trying not to read anything that I think is going to be a favorite of the year if I don't think I'll get it done by the 20th. So, and I don't think I would get this done by the 20th because there's a couple other books I need to really get to. So, yeah. But this one is gorgeous. I'm so exciting about it. So, but let me know which ones you think I should prioritize. Like, if I get, because I'm going to, like, put some of the books, the name of the books into like a cup, and then the other one's just going to be a prompt, like, you know, like Rita. Hold on a minute, you guys. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, that was my man. Anyways, yeah, so what I thought I was do is, I'm going to put, like, different things in a cup. I'm going to put, like, either certain name of certain books, certain prompts into a cup, and then pick that out each month. And I don't know how many each month I'll pick out. It just depends on, you know, what else is going on. Like I said, I know January and February is going to be crazy because I'm going to be reading, like I said, it with my friend Paul. So that month, those 2 months, I'm probably not going to read a lot. I'm thinking me and Drew are going to, and some people are going to be reading, like, if he's still doing it. Like last time I talked to him, he was going to do it. We're going to do, like in January, we're going to read, he was going to make prompts, and we're going to read, like, certain books that are on that fit the prompts on our Net Gala. Because I have so many books from Net Gala, and my score is bad. Like, you guys, I'm not even going to tell you what my score is. Just say it is, like, below 20%. Way below 20%. That's all I'm going to tell you. But yeah, it's really bad. And I have so many freaking books. So I need to get those books read. Like, I have books on Net Gala that I had out since 2017 or 18. Yeah. It was when I first started, like, knowing that you could request books and stuff like that, and I didn't know any better, and I thought I was going to be able to read books, like, super quick, and no, never happened. So, yeah, I know, shame. But anyways, so I think me and Drew are going to be doing something like that in January. We're going to be reading a lot of Net Gala books, so. And I have some that are due, like, in January and February, so I need to get those read, so. But yeah, let me know from these books, which ones do you think sound the most exciting? And I'm sorry this video is so long. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you read any of these books. If you did, what did you think of them? What was your star rating? If you want to buddy read any of these, let me know. And those will be like priority books. And that is it. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And if you do subscribe, please remember to hit that bell icon so you'll know whenever a video like this is up for your viewing pleasure. And until next time, Lori out.